She's so fine. Hell of a blows my mind. Hell of a lights my day.
Arrest the Cabo 6. No justice, no peace. Arrest the Cabo 6.
What's good, guys? Today is Monday, February the 20th, 2023. This video will be regarding the Shanquella Robinson case. And specifically, as most of you are aware, there was a meeting at the Little Rock Church there in Charlotte on Saturday, February the 18th, where supporters and activists all came together to collectively write letters to Mexico using pink envelopes, pink paper, to write in an attempt to apply some pressure to the elected officials there in Mexico regarding Shanquella Robinson's case, which has been going on for way too long, as you all know. After they got done writing those letters, they marched to the post office to mail them off. And I wanted to show you guys a video of that, as well as just cover the story in general, just in an attempt to keep Shanquella Robinson's name alive. So let's take a look at this. Now, this article came from WCB Charlotte. It came out on Saturday. Supporters of Shanquella Robinson marched to post office, send letters of concern to Mexican authorities. And it was wrote by Dearnessa Jefferson. A group of friends, community activists, and supporters of Shanquella Robinson marched to a local post office with dozens of pink letters in hand Saturday, calling on Mexican authorities to take action. It's been more than 4 long-ass months since Shanquella Robinson was found dead in Mexico with a severe spinal cord injury after investigators said she was attacked inside a villa while vacationing in Cabo with a bunch of fake friends. Mexican authorities confirmed Shanquella's death is being investigated as a homicide. Not exactly true. It's being investigated as a femicide, and an arrest warrant has been issued for one of the women on the trip. However, some said movement on the case has been slow, and that's why letters are now headed to Mexican authorities and President Biden to push them to do more. Hopefully, when they get these letters in Mexico and when the president receives these letters, it won't be just a letter. When they see the pink itself, they'll know it's coming from us, and hopefully it will motivate them to give us some assistance in getting the Cabo 6 arrested, civil rights activist John C. Barnett said. Supporters are also calling for the arrest of the other people on the trip who said they should be held responsible for Shanquella Robinson's death. Everybody that was there and at the table needs to come forth and give an account of what happened, Apostle Dennis K. Hilliard said. Shanquella Robinson's father said as the push for action continues, he'll keep fighting for justice. Going forward, the only thing I can do as a father, the way I loved her, the way I raised her and tried to protect her, is that I have to stand in her place while she's not here and make sure that she gets justice, Bernard Robinson said.
We want justice. When do we want it?
Now. I'm sure Vice President Kamala Harris and I'm sure President Joe Biden, seen Shanquella's case. I'm sure they've seen that video. It's hard not to. People seen it in Africa and in Europe. So since they've seen it, we're just encouraging them to use their leadership and their power to do something about it. Very important.
No justice.
No peace. Shanquella Robinson. Shanquella Robinson.
It's been nearly 4 months since Shanquella Robinson died in Cabo, Mexico. We've covered the days, the weeks, as the world has pushed for answers. Since then, the Mexican government has issued an arrest warrant. They claim also pushing the U.S. government to extradite one person back to the country to face charges. But as of tonight, no one has been arrested. And that is why dozens, including Robinson's family, came out today to send letters to the Mexican government. They had one goal: to keep Shanquella's name alive and put pressure on the Mexican government.
What do we want?
As each person marched through uptown Charlotte,
No justice.
No peace.
the destination was set on justice.
Justice.
No rest.
No justice.
But in a different way, Saturday was about sending letters inside pink envelopes to the Mexican government, pushing for answers in the death of Shanquella Robinson.
I just want to do whatever I can do to put pressure on whoever needs to pressure.
To keep the government to let them know that we are interested and we want justice for Shanquella.
One by one, each letter was folded.
We cannot let people forget this. We need to keep talking about Shanquella Robinson.
Stamped with a personal message. Destination Charlotte to the Mexican government. Robinson died in Cabo, Mexico on October the 29th.
So every time they see a pink envelope, they're going to know that we're trying to put pressure on them to execute the warrants to lock up these individuals.
The dozens here marched from Little Rock AME Zion Church to the United States Post Office on North McDowell Street. As they put each envelope in the drop-off box,
Shanquella!
Robinson's name echoed as they called for justice.
Appreciate that to the deepest of my heart, to the utmost, because I don't take nobody kindness for their weakness.
As for her family, Bernard Robinson, Shanquella's father, says his faith is keeping him. God, he says, is guiding his path.
I'm on God's time. God gonna do what he say he gonna do. He fights everybody's battle. He said his vengeance, your vengeance is his. And I'm gonna stick on his word.
And we were told about 100 letters were mailed off today. Supporters are also pushing to send letters to the White House and other government agencies in our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. The FBI's independent investigation also is still ongoing.
Now, I did a video yesterday showing where Irv Brandt, who is a former U.S. Marshal, former employee of the Office of International Affairs, worked that job for 20 plus years, was an attaché for the embassy in other countries. He's very well versed in this process. And what he is saying is that the problem comes in when Mexico is charging Daejhanae Jackson, the direct aggressor, with femicide, because the United States does not recognize femicide under the treaty. Now, if that is the case, and he says he's willing to bet on it, he broke it all down. If you haven't seen my video, please go watch it, where he breaks it down completely. If that is the case, I wish, and this is just my wish, I can't tell anybody what to do. If that is the case, what I would like to see happen, and this is just my personal opinion, you can take it for what it's worth, but we do know that Gerardo Zuniga is down there and has interviewed Daniel De La Rosa Anaya. And I would love for him to be able to do a second interview with him and specifically ask him if that is what the holdup is, if the United States is contacting him and asking him to please change that charge, re-indict Daejhanae Jackson, or the direct aggressor in this case, and list it as homicide so that we can get things moving, then we would know for sure what the holdup is, because this is absolutely ridiculous. This whole game, this back and forth game between Mexico and the United States, somebody's got to give here. And if the Attorney General knew, and he should have known, because it's in the treaty, and this happens quite regular, where the United States and Mexico deal with extraditing a person back and forth across the border, he should have known that the charge of femicide was not going to fly for the United States. So I'm aggravated because he came across like he had done his job and then some. And then we find out that that's not exactly the case. So it's disappointing. It's heartbreaking. It's aggravating. And, I can't tell Gerardo Zuniga what to do, but I would love to see an interview where the Attorney General addresses this charge situation between the countries and it coinciding together between the two countries. So, and would he change the charge to homicide in order to get this thing rolling? But I guess I'm going to end the story on that note. But I just wanted to let you guys know that I haven't forgot this case. I'm going to still be talking about it because it's important to me as well. So thanks for watching, and everybody have a great day.